200 years ago, in May 1883, a dormant volcano on a remote island in the Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra began a series of violent eruptions. It belched out vast clouds of ash that obscured the sun. The explosions were heard 70 miles away. Towards the end of May, the fireworks seemed to have died down a little, though ships passing through the straits at night could see the glow of molten lava in the crater. Large-scale eruptions began again in mid-June. This time they were even more violent. Earth tremors were felt in many parts of Java and Sumatra. The crater where the explosions had begun had been blown away, but now there were at least 10 others belching out steam and pumice dust so high that the ash fell on villages 300 miles away. The climax came on August the 27th, 1883, with an explosion equal to 3,000 atom bombs. Half the island of Krakatau disappeared with a bang that was heard as far away as Sri Lanka and Australia. It was the loudest noise the world has ever known. Amazingly, the actual explosion killed very few people. The havoc was caused by the seismic waves called tsunamis that followed. Some were 100 feet high. The tsunamis ripped over low-lying areas, wiping out mainland towns and villages, including the little port of Anya, shown here as a mere collection of huts. It is estimated that 36,000 people died. Contemporary engravings show ships sailing through seas of corpses. This amazing series of photographs, taken a few days later on the mainland, shows scenes reminiscent of Hiroshima. All that remained of a railway and a railway engine. The giant waves flattened everything, including a hotel and a fort. A Dutch gunboat was struck by a series of 90-foot waves and carried over a mile into the jungle. After the Big Bang, there was one minor explosion and then silence. The dust that rose 50 miles high circled the Earth, causing spectacular sunsets for years afterwards. Half the island of Krakatau had disappeared, much of it into the upper atmosphere. For 100 miles around, the flood waters wiped the slate clean so that nature had a fresh start. A century after the flood waters drained away is an ideal time to see what sort of job nature has made of repairing the damage. The floods flattened huge areas of jungle and destroyed countless villages. As to the wildlife there, only that lucky enough to be isolated on high ground survived. Today, Java is the most populated island in the world. At its northwest tip is an area of jungle where no one now lives. Ujung Kulon, 25 miles from Krakatoa. The reason no one lives there is that Krakatoa's tidal waves wiped everyone out. The area has never been recolonized. Today, Ujung Kulon is a national park, one of the last homes of the Javan rhino, perhaps the rarest large animal on Earth. In 100 years, the jungle has returned so completely that the only way to penetrate the park is along one of its few rivers. This one is called the Cigenta.
Yung nakaka-article, lakas din, pero konti lang, no, di ganun karami.
Ito medyo ano to. Medyo marami talaga affected yun.
Bato yung laban, Daddy. Yung unang pagsabog, kita talaga namin, Daddy. Paano?
Nakita mo sa bao, meron pa naman bago nag-develop mo sa bao. Makatama yung ulo mo. Next. Gusto nakita mo yung mga bagong
Form pa yung ganun no?
mukhang aabutin tayo ngayon.